My name is Nate Wright. I run Wright Law LLC. We are a personal injury law firm located in Brighton, Colorado. We have been practicing law for 5 years. When we decided we were going to increase our staff in our office, we started looking online at RemoteLegalStaff because in Colorado, it costs quite a lot to hire new staff under Colorado regulations, and we did not have the building space for the new staff. However, RemoteLegalStaff made it much easier to be able to hire qualified personnel that would be able to assist us in completing our tasks in a timely manner. Before we chose RemoteLegalStaff, we had looked into a few other companies who would do hiring throughout other countries for us. We also looked at hiring staff here in Colorado. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hire staff directly to work in our offices because of a lack of space. However, we were lucky enough to find RemoteLegalStaff who was able to provide us with quality staffing even though they weren't local. The staff that we've brought on from RemoteLegalStaff have been able to assist us with all facets of our business, whether that be from sending out letters of representation, contacting clients or adjusters, or just generally helping with the litigation caseload. They have been ready and able to fill in where needed. The RemoteLegalStaff were able to almost immediately pick up on all of the tasks needed through the case management platforms that we use. There was very little learn time, and they were very quick to be able to effectively and efficiently use the system. RemoteLegalStaff has provided immense value to my firm by being able to not have to be hands-on with the management of the day-to-day timekeeping for the remote legal staffing. They handle all timekeeping, they handle all HR problems, they handle all sick leave, they handle all vacations, and this relieves the pressure from me from having to do that myself and allows me to focus more on the legal aspects of my job. RemoteLegalStaff made the onboarding process quite simple. In fact, they kept me on schedule by sending me reminder emails, making sure that I was staying on task with looking at the recruits they were sending me, and ensuring that we had a timely and full schedule whenever we did do our interviewing and onboarding process. RemoteLegalStaff provided me with several candidates for the job, all of which were highly qualified and had experiences in using case management platforms, Microsoft Word, Outlook, and any other platform that most law firms generally use. The staff that I hired actually knew how to use the case management platform that my company uses better than I did when she came on board. This helped to streamline the training process, and I only had to spend a few days teaching her the intricacies of how our law firm worked as opposed to other law firms she had previously worked at. RemoteLegalStaff checks in with me on at least a monthly basis to ensure that the staff is meeting my requirements as far as performance metrics are concerned. They also take any information back to that staff and ensure that they are meeting the performance criteria. They check in with them routinely to ensure smooth compliance with all requirements, as well as to ensure that they are fitting in well to the system, and if they have any questions, how best to address those. Managing a remote legal staff has been much easier than I initially thought it would be. I thought there may be drawbacks with not having a staff in an office where you could keep track of them, their hours, what they were doing, and when they were doing it. However, by hiring a remote staff through RemoteLegalStaff, I was able to gain confidence that my staff was going to be working when they were supposed to be working. Their time is tracked, and my remote legal staff are very responsive whenever I send out requests for them to respond to me, whether that be through Microsoft Teams or through Outlook. They are responsive and they are timely. RemoteLegalStaff is very timely in communicating anything in relation to either my remote legal staff or my accounts. They make sure that I am aware of when my remote legal staff are going to be out of the office, or if there's some other issue they would like to discuss with me. We receive many benefits by being able to hire through RemoteLegalStaff. One of the easiest to identify is the cost savings. This is both cost savings in personnel, because I did not have to hire a personnel in Colorado, nor did I have to buy a bigger building to be able to house those personnel and myself. But I was also able to save costs in the way of I was able to assign tasks to my remote legal staff that otherwise I would have had to do, costing me billable hours in my cases. I was also able to get in touch with the remote legal staff company, and they are assisting me with coming up with marketing ideas, which is not something that is advertised whenever you're hiring staff, but is a benefit of hiring through them. A lot of times whenever we're wrapping up a case as personal injury lawyers, we have to work tirelessly to bring in the subrogation final liens. One of the things that the staff I hired through Remote Legal Staff was able to do was to be able to relentlessly pursue getting those liens in a timely manner. In fact, in several cases where I have struggled to get in touch with the lien companies myself because I just don't have time to reach out consistently, my staff have been able to reach out to them, continue to hold on phone calls until they're able to get in touch with somebody to be able to promptly and efficiently get the liens so that we can close these cases out and ensure client satisfaction in a much more timely manner. The staff from Remote Legal Staff are all extremely professional, and they're all skilled in what they do. They are effective communicators. They make sure that all questions are answered. And in particular, they provide staff that are highly trained and prepared to step in and take on responsibilities on day one. The legal staff that I hired has made my job flow much better, has alleviated some of the stress from my job of having to be everything for everyone, and has taken over doing many of the tasks that are easily assignable, and is going to be assisting me with more complex tasks the longer that they are here. In the long term, Remote Legal Staff is going to be able to allow me to continue to hire additional people, to be able to spend more money on marketing and advertising without necessarily having to grow my physical footprint within Colorado. This is extremely important for my business because it allows me to be more flexible and to put more money into other areas of the business without sacrificing the quality of staff. To lawyers who are apprehensive about hiring remote staff, I would say this has been the best thing I've done in my time as a business owner. I have worked with staff in person previously, and a lot of times those staff can come and knock on your door at any given moment. They can walk into your office, they can stop you dead in your tracks with anything you are doing. However, with remote staff, not only do you have the confidence that they're doing what they're doing, because remote legal staff is checking in on them to ensure they are doing their tasks, you also have the confidence that they are not going to just barge into your office and cause you to lose your place in the research you're doing, or in the middle of the case preparation you're doing for litigation, or whatever other task you're in the middle of. It allows you to set boundaries. It allows you to see the staff on your schedule in your time. Remote Legal Staff makes it extremely easy and accessible to have staff that are competent and allows you the freedom of being able to get your work done without interruption. Partnering with Remote Legal Staff has allowed me to take my business from a one-man show to being able to delegate tasks out, which frees me up to perform more legal tasks that otherwise I would have had to have spent many hours beyond my normal 8 to 5 conducting. This allows me to have a better work-life balance. It allows me to be able to spend time with my family and also trust that my business is going to be successful. I would and will continue to recommend Remote Legal Staff to any attorney who is looking to hire more personnel. They have made the entire process extremely easy, and along with that, they also have an extremely beneficial contract for attorneys. And what I mean to say by this is it's a 30-day contract, month to month. There is no long-term commitment. If your staff does not work out for whatever reason, they will replace them with a new staff. This system is extremely beneficial for all parties involved. Overall, my choice to go with RemoteLegalStaff was the best decision I've made as a business owner. They have made the entire process easy. They are excellent communicators. Their staffing has been phenomenal, and there's nobody else I would even consider at this point if I were to go back and look again. One final comment that I'd like to make relative to RemoteLegalStaff is that they do take all of the stress out of the hiring. Whenever you contract with RemoteLegalStaff, you are hiring a 1099 company, and they are going to take care of all of the payments, all of the local laws for your staff. You are not going to have to research it. You are not going to have to create a local entity. Everything is as simple as filling out a 1099 form at the end of the year, which should help you get a lot more sleep. In conclusion, RemoteLegalStaff has assisted my business in many ways, whether it be financially or relieving stress from my shoulders. I can't say enough good things about RemoteLegalStaff, and if you're on the fence, there's no better time than now to try. Just speak with them, let them show you how enthusiastic they are about helping your company grow.